When you are eating your lunch, do you lift the whole plate and eat everything at once? Or do you take a bite at a time? You take a bite, right? So, when your goal is financial freedom, what is the bite sized step that you can take that will help you achieve your goal quickly? For any personal finance goal, creating a budget should always be your first step. In today's video, we'll use an Excel file to see the simplest way to create a budget that will set you up for your financial freedom. And please hit the like button because if you don't, YouTube doesn't show our video to anybody else. A budget is just a plan. It's not a restriction on your spendings. But when you put your intention behind the budget, you are giving your money a purpose. You are taking control. And what is the one thing that you need to create a budget? Well, two things. What are the two things you need to create a budget? Number one, your income, and number two, your expenses. This is the Excel that we are going to use today in our video. The first box will show you the summary, and the graph below will show you the comparative between the budgeted numbers and the actual numbers. When you download this sheet for your own use, you just need to fill these four boxes with your income, your investments, and your expenses. When you are starting with the blank sheet, it will look something like this. In the first box, you need to start with your income. Here we'll fill our income from various sources. In most of the cases, this will just be our salary income. But if you have income from any other source, you can list that here. Dividend income from shares, add that here. Interest income from your FD, add that here. You have any income from side hustles, you can add that here. Simple. So for example, let's take 50,000 from our salary income, 5,000 from our side hustle, and 250 rupees from our dividend. That gives us a total of 55,250 rupees monthly income. Now the second part, your expenses. When you fill your income, you will get a tentative breakup of your expenses that you should ideally try to achieve. This is based on the 50-30-20 rule. What is 50-30-20 rule? This is a thumb rule that says 50% of your income should go towards your needs or the necessities. 30% should be expensed for your discretionary expenses, your wants, and the balance 20% should go towards your investments. You must have also heard people saying, pay yourself first. So that's what we are going to do today. With an income of 55,250, 11,050 rupees is supposed to be our investment amount. And this we can invest in any way we like. For example, we can invest in mutual funds or index funds or stocks or gold or crypto or a combination of all these. With me till here? Let's put 11,050 as our investment. Now, the expenses are divided into two parts, needs and wants. Needs are the necessities and wants are the discretionary expenses. In the third box, you need to fill in the necessities. Expenses like your rent, grocery, and others will go here. If you have EMIs going on for your home loan or your student debt, that should come here. Add your internet bill, your telephone bill. If you have doctor's visit or medicines expenses in a month, all that should come here. Essentially, don't forget to cover the four walls: rent, utilities, shelter, and transportation. Let's put in the numbers. Let's say 8,000 rupees as your rent. If you have a home loan, you can add that here. Let's say 16,000 EMI. Electricity 500 rupees, telephone 500 rupees, internet, Wi-Fi 1800 rupees, grocery 2000, let's say utilities 1000, and we have a total expense of 29,800 rupees, while our ideal budgeted number was 27,625 rupees. So we are overshooting by 4% right now. Off to the last box. Here you need to fill in your discretionary expenses. Suppose you want to travel, then you can create some budget here. You're going out for movies in some months, add that here. Any other discretionary expense that you want, for example, shopping or buying clothes or going to a salon or dining out a few times a month, add all that here. Okay, let's put some numbers now. Let's say 2,000 rupees for dining out, 2,000 rupees for movies. We are creating a travel budget, let's say 7,000 rupees this month. And we'll say 1,800 rupees for the salon. This brings our total to 12,800 rupees this month. When you have filled these boxes with your numbers, the summary box will reflect a total of your investments and your expenses. The last row is the difference between the money coming in and the money going out. A positive number is a good sign. It shows you have some buffer left over. If it is negative, you have gone overboard. If you are over budget, you can compare what expenses do you need to postpone or let go of, because this is the income that you have and this is all the expense that you can do. The bar graph below will show you the variance. For example, right now you can see for the needs, our budget was lower and the actual expense is higher. For wants, our budget was higher and we have a lower expense, which is giving us a positive buffer. But doing this every month seems tedious, isn't it? Well, you definitely need to do this for a few months at least till you get a hang of the numbers. You need to understand in real time while making a purchase that how this expense is going to move your budget. A good financial plan tells you three things: how much you are making, how much you should invest, and how much you can spend. A great financial plan automates your good financial plan. And how do you automate this plan? Well, that's simple. You need to open 3 bank accounts. One for your investments, one for your needs, and one for your wants. When the salary hits your bank account at the start of the month, transfer the 20% to this investment account. You can also set up auto debits for this, and then you won't have to do this manually every month. Link your investment platforms like Zerodha or Grow or any other platform that you use with this bank account and use the amount only for your investments. And how do you set up auto debits? Well, for example, I've logged into my HDFC net banking. Here under the fund transfer tab, I'm going to click transfer to other bank accounts, and under transfer type, you can select set standing instruction. Now, you just need to fill in the start date. For example, let's say today. You need to select the frequency, showing when do you want the funds to be transferred. For example, do you want to transfer the funds monthly, or every alternate month, or quarterly, or half-yearly, or annual? Right now, let's say we are transferring the amount monthly. Now, you need to select how many times do you want the funds to be transferred. You can select from this drop-down list. For example, we want to do this for 6 months. So I'm selecting 6 here. This will autofill our end date. And that's it. Bank will automatically transfer this amount for 6 times at the given date. In the second bank account, transfer the 50% of your income for your needs. Same steps as before, set up the auto debit for this as well. And the balance left over in your third account is the amount you can use for your discretionary expenses. When you understand that this is all the money you have for your expenses, you will be smart and you will not go overboard. The 3 bank account method is the easiest way to stick to your budget. Now, you don't have to follow the 50-30-20 rule all your life. What? Isn't that a good rule? Well, as you grow in your career, you can increase the amount that will go for your investments, keeping your wants and needs broadly constant. Some increase is fine, but broadly constant. The increased amount that will go towards your investments will speed up the process to help you achieve financial freedom quickly. And with this, welcome to the end of the video. I hope you now have an understanding of how to set up your budget and how to automate it. If you like this video, do not forget to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out our new financial education videos every week. And press the bell icon too, because otherwise YouTube won't let you know when the new video is out. Wrapping it up, this Paritosh signing off.